Loke.
I always feel goofy when it's just us two. Like we don't have like a chaperone.
I know, it's so true. Where are all the adults?
I think adults. We can just have fun.
No one's here to tell us what to do.
Well, good morning. Yeah. It's a lovely Friday morning, and I'm excited to chat about some fun life things with you today.
I know. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What are you sipping on?
Some coffee. How about you?
It's
time to stop. I know. I need to stop.
Okay, I don't think there's ever a stop. There's never a hard stop with coffee. It's just
I'll drink it all day.
Same. I'm with you. So, MC, I wonder if as people are hopping on, you can kind of explain what our goals are today and kind of explaining where it came from, i.e. Jordan.
Yes. So, you guys, we've had Jordan on. Have we had Jordan only once or twice?
I think twice. No, once. Yeah. Twice.
I can't remember, but we've had our coach Jordan on Another Coffee with MC before, and he's so great. I think we should have Jordan again. He's just just comes at you with such just huge ideas and kind of turns things on their head for you. Yes. Kind of like when we had James on here. We had James coming here. He had some great big ideas too. Yeah. Jordan is our coach. He coaches us in terms of, he meets with us every week virtually, of course, and just kind of helps us to focus on what it is that we want to accomplish both personally and in the business, and just really helps to keep us on the right path. He's a great partner. And so he actually came to town. He's from Kansas, but he came to visit recently and did a workshop with our team. And the workshop was not about, he started out saying, this is not about how to sell a house or anything like that. This is all about kind of big picture and making sure that our lives are on the path that we want them to be on. I think So what we thought we would do is kind of share with you guys what we learned, just a couple of little takeaways that we each have to share, and then an exercise that y'all might want to try as well that we found to just be awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really excited.
Yeah, it was great. It was so good. So Meg, I know we went through so much information that day. Yeah. What are some little kind of more manageable tips or thoughts that you took away? Is there anything that really sticks out in your mind?
Yeah, something that I've really taken from our conversation, again, we were at the Coral Bay Club, which was so wonderful. And he was up there kind of chatting about different ways to create good habits and to harbor ones that you already have. And one kind of mental thing that I really took away was that fear shouts, wisdom whispers. For some reason, I always switch it in my head. So he was talking about the ability to kind of sit in silence without any noise happening, without a podcast playing or music going or any noise in the background, and how powerful that is, because the fear is the loud voice in your head or the kind of the devil on your shoulder, and the silence is what you have to really stop and listen to. And I think that kind of what I took from that was taking the time to, he calls it thinking time, which I really like, and something I've adopted over the past couple weeks that I've time blocked for. And just taking the time to really sit in the quiet and write down kind of what you're thinking, think big picture, think small, anything that comes to mind. I really like what opportunities that brings. So fear shouts and wisdom whispers, and you just kind of have to be silent to hear the wisdom side of things.
I think that's so good. Yeah. I think that's, anytime we have a minute where there's not a whole lot going on is really the time that our best ideas come. I think if you really think about it, that's true. But I don't really set myself up to have a lot of minutes where there's nothing, if I've got a 3-minute ride, let me see if I can listen to 3 minutes of this podcast that I'm listening to. What can I learn? What else can I add?
Except I know when your best thinking happens.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. My best thinking happens when I'm in the shower.
Exactly. Because you have no other distractions.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Anytime I get out of the shower, I'm like, oh, well, that was a good idea.
Y'all, I used to get an email from Mary Cheatham at least once a week, and the subject line was no subject. So I was like, oh, here we go. And it was just a stream of consciousness. They were my favorite. And I absolutely love getting those.
Get back to that. I got to go. I know. But what's interesting too, I think we think about that. We think about meditating or sitting still or doing it only one way. But I actually listened to, I can't remember if it was a Brendan Burchard. I can't remember. I listened to something that was saying that there's also a tie to the thinking time when it's tied to movement. that there's something about, and so that, and to me, that's what I think about when you're in the shower, think about it. I mean, we always shower the same way, that you wash one arm and the other arm, or whatever it is, you have your little routine and you do it, but there's something about it that kind of, get your mind going. And I think too, Meg, like I know you love to run. I mean, think about going for a run without music. When was the last time you did that?
I don't like the thought of that, but I know that would be pretty bomb to have something
or a walk. I mean, or whatever it is. I'm just saying something like that, or getting on the bike. I mean, I think it's movement too. I think would be a really interesting thing to play with and see if that also helps your brain get going. Cause I think that's a part of the whole shower thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I really like that. I'll try that next.
Yeah.
What about you? What was your big takeaway?
Well, I actually pulled out my book when we decided to talk about this morning, because I had this little kind of aha, which is that, and Jordan says this to me all the time, because I'm a big, we know this, I worry. I like to think about what is the worst thing that could happen at any point in time so that I can prevent it, right? Because I think I'm in control. But I like to get out in front of things. And so I always worry about it. So I think, what do I have to do today? Right? What do I have to do today? What do I have to do today? And he said, Mary Cheatham, if you can just train yourself to wake up and think, how do I want to feel today? And so that was like, like mind boggling. And I don't know about you guys, but like gratitude is always a big thing that comes to mind, because when you're feeling grateful, it's really hard for any other kind of negative emotions to creep in if you're really focused on gratitude. So part of it is, if you think about how you want to feel, you could wake up and set that intention. But then part of it is checking in during the day and saying, how do I feel right now? And is this the way I want to feel? Mm-hmm. And so to that end, there's this the state meter, and it basically goes through, and there's different emotions. Can we post this underneath?
Absolutely.
Okay. And basically, and I love, this is my note that says awareness leads to acceptance, and then acceptance leads to action. So in other words, you can look over here and figure out, if right now I'm feeling nervous, like these red ones are charged kind of negative emotions, mm-hmm. and these blue ones are kind of lower energy or calm negative emotions, like sullen or hopeless. These are, but these are kind of more amped up. And same thing, these are amped up positives and kind of more low key positives.
Yeah.
But if I'm feeling nervous, maybe what I really want to feel is enthusiastic or focused, or so you can figure out, where are you on the state meter, and then where do you want to be? I just love this idea that, the fact that we get to choose. So I just thought this was awesome. So we'll get this, and if anybody doesn't see this, and
I don't know if anyone else saw it.
I have myself in the face with it. It scared me a little bit. It came flying at me out of nowhere. If anybody wants this and wants us to email it to you, we'd also be happy to do that. It's fine, Meg. It's fine. We're fine.
Are you okay?
We're fine. I'm telling you, where are the adults?
I know. We need someone to rein us in. It's Friday. Okay.
So, all this is to say that I could talk about this for forever.
Yes.
But all this is to say that this takes us to kind of what our homework was, Meg. So tell everybody what our homework was to get ready for this meeting.
So we were tasked the week before this kind of retreat to write a letter to ourselves in 10 years. So we were to get into the mindset of ourselves in 10 years and kind of write about where we are, who we're with, what we hope to have accomplished by then. And it gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Jordan had a really awesome resource that we'll share the link with you guys too. Just kind of walking you through the steps of how to do this. It sounds really daunting, I think. And it kind of scared me at first to think about writing in the context of the 37-year-old Meg, but I think that it was a really cool exercise that I love doing with the team, and something that I think folks could do at home too. Do you think that too, Mary Cheatham?
I totally think so. Absolutely. And I think doing it at home would be awesome. I mean, I felt like, we shared our 10-year letters. Some of us did, some of us didn't during our meeting, which was perfectly great. Everybody did exactly what they wanted to do, and it felt just right. And some people shared a part of theirs and not other parts, but just writing it was just so eye-opening.
Yeah.
And refocusing, I guess, and on Jordan's website, just like you said, he's got a video, and then he also has some examples of them that are really good.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I loved it.
I did too. And see, I wonder if you had any, like, how did you get started writing your letter? Did you have any categories that you wrote into, or did you just kind of do a big brain dump?
No, I definitely did. I definitely had categories. So like I thought about things like, well, you know what? I started out thinking 10 years from now, how do I want to feel?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So 10 years from now, how do I want to feel? And then I think it makes it easy to run back through. I talked about in mine, where Sally and Walter are and what's happening with them, what's happening with our business and with our team. What's happening with my family in a greater sense. I mean, it was really, really wonderful kind of to think about things and think about, where you want it to be, because what we don't think about is that all these little moments, right, are adding up to the life that we're building and the life that we're going to have in 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think something important to also keep in mind from doing this exercise is that when I was writing, kind of Jordan on his website has a bunch of prompts to get you started, a bunch of questions to answer, and then you kind of compile them all into a letter. I kind of got nervous because I feel that I didn't want to fail at my 10-year letter. I didn't want to read this letter in 10 years and be like, oh, I didn't do this, or I didn't accomplish this, or anything like that, when the whole point of it is to kind of manifest what you want your life to be, because odds are it's going to turn out to be what you wrote down, if not bigger and better. So I think putting that fear of failure aside was a big kind of obstacle for me to get over in order to accomplish the assignment in a correct way.
I think that's right. And to me, I think starting with how you want to feel takes that off the table. So
Yeah.
it's not about, in 10 years, I'll live on this street. And, I think that takes it away. Then if you think about how do you want to feel, and then there are different things that could make you feel that way. So then I think working backwards from there really makes it, I think, easier to approach it.
Agree. And then the final thing that I really think was cool was Jordan kind of asked us, or he encouraged us to read it out loud to someone that we love, or to our spouse or our friend or anything like that. He said the spoken or the power of spoken word really is impactful and can help put things into rotation a little bit quicker than you think. So I really like that aspect too. Did you share yours with anyone other than our team?
I haven't yet, but I think I'd like to. But I just haven't done it yet.
It was scary too. I shared mine with Dalton, and it's now proudly on our fridge because it involves him, of course, and involves where I'd like my career to go and everything like that. So I think Jordan was right. Of course, Jordan was right. Sharing it with someone who's close to you really does have a powerful effect. So I really like that part of it too.
I do too. Now, did Dalton indicate whether he's going to be writing one?
Great question. I did not ask, but I think that would be a fantastic idea. And he's very like goal oriented and driven by goals. So I feel like that'd be something that's right up his alley. I bet Chip would like to write one too, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I really do think no, I don't think he would like to, but I think that he would write one.
I see. But then afterwards be very grateful that he did.
I think he would. That's exactly right. I think it's something that he would grumble about, but then I think he would do it and actually enjoy the process and the outcome.
I think so too. Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it be great to get my kids to do it? I mean,
ooh.
Oh my gosh, Walters. What if we got Walter to do it? I bet it would be hilarious.
I love him.
Sally's will probably be serious. I don't know. Okay.
I think hers would be very serious and profound.
I'll ask them if they want to do it and I'll report back.
Definitely ask them if they want to do it, and they can keep theirs private. It's fine. Yeah. But just to kind of wrap up the 10-year letter, we wanted to share this with everyone to encourage you guys, no matter where you are in your life, whether you want to do it kind of more focused on your career or your family or your friends. It can really take any direction, which I really like. And we'll post the link in the comments right now where you can go to learn more on Jordan's website. He has a nice video on there and then some examples of letters that I found really helpful as well.
Great.
Yay.
Perfect.
Yay. Well, let's see, as we wrap up today, do you have something that's saving your life?
I'm not sure that this is saving my life yet. The jury is still out, but Meg knows I'm a terrible Instagram shopper. And Instagram told me
I need drink.
That I should get these.
Okay.
It's called Haywell. I'm not going to hit myself in the head with it. It's called Haywell. And this one's called Energy and Focus.
Okay.
And so normally I don't have them in the mornings. Normally I have one in the afternoon. Like I get the mid-afternoon slump so bad. And so normally I'll have one at like 3:00 in the afternoon just to get through the rest of the day. But I've had them for maybe a week. Okay. And I think I like them. It totally could be the placebo effect.
So I'm saying, is this mental or does it actually? So
but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm
fizzy?
not sure. And they're expensive. I
Uh-huh.
mean, they were kind of a splurge, but then I thought if I can get 2 or 3 more hours of productivity that are, me feeling good rather than kind of dragging through it, it's
Sure.
probably worth it. So I decided to try them, and so far I think they're good. So I'm going with that. I'm going with a new discovery.
Is there caffeine in them, or is it kind
Yes.
of?
Yes.
Ooh.
There is, wait a minute, 75 milligrams. Is that a lot? It says it's like a small cup of coffee.
Oh, then no. We have 8 or 9 cups of coffee a day.
So true. It's so true. I can't say the other ingredients in here, except for that ashwagandha is in here.
Ooh, but that's a stress relieving
Yes.
adaptogen.
Yes.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, I don't want to be too bold to say, but I'm pretty sure Instagram has nailed your ad targeting.
I mean, Instagram, like they show me stuff and I'm like, Instagram, how did you know I needed this?
Instagram, how did you know?
It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so Haywell.
Haywell.
Okay.
But I'm not sure it needs to be this. I just am excited that this whole the whole concept of this, something that's not like a cup of coffee,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, something that's got a little bit more to it than that is making me happy. The concept.
And the label's cute.
And the label's cute. I know you're a sucker for that. Yep, I know.
I am.
Yep. Okay. What is saving your life right now, Meg?
Well, mine is a quote that I saw. Actually, I saw this about like 2 months ago on Booth Parker's Instagram. She posts some great quotes, and I screenshot it, and I found it in my camera roll earlier, so I'm going to read it. It's by Brendan Burchard, who you just mentioned.
Weird. Yeah.
Weird. And the quote is, first, it's an intention, then a behavior, then a habit, then a practice, then a second nature, and then it is simply who you are. I was like, ooh. So everything starts with an intention. That kind of closed the loop on what you were saying at the beginning about just setting your intention for the day. And the more you do it, the more it becomes who you are.
I was getting ready to say, that's exactly what I think about looking at this and choosing. Like, if I want to be grateful, and so that's my intention, then eventually that just becomes who I am.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
It is. And I did not plan that. That has been what's saving my life all week. So
that's so much better than my ridiculous Instagram drink.
We're inspired, we're energized, and we're focused.
There you go.
MC, I'm so glad we got through this without injury.
I know. Thank you. I think I'm okay. I might have some paper.
It's gonna be.
I'll let you know. I think it's fine.
I hope you have a great weekend, and thank you for doing this with me.
Thank you. Happy Friday.
You too. Bye.
Bye.